is Las Vegas Vantage with your host, Rocky Dickerson.
Hi, and welcome to Las Vegas Vantage. I'm Rocky Dickerson with Realty One Group. Now here on Las Vegas Vantage, yes, we are going to be discovering some aspects of the local real estate community, but more importantly, we're going to be looking at the community of Las Vegas and the people that make it up. Now today, we're getting a little bit more real estate oriented. We're going to be talking with Charity.bond of Epiq Lending. Now she's been in the business for 29 years. And she is a very highly successful mortgage broker here in the Las Vegas area, someone that I've used personally and has done fantastic work for the people that I've sent to her. Charity, welcome to Las Vegas Vantage.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Rocky, for having me. I love to be here today.
Great. It's great to have you. So I've been in the business. Well, I actually got my first real estate license way back in 1983. And so I'm familiar with a lot of things that have happened in real estate through the years. And I know that lately there have been some people that maybe they're stuck on March of last year and they're thinking, well, mortgage rates were 2.8%. And now that they're getting up into the low sevens, well, I'm just going to wait until they're 2.5% before I buy again. Now, currently, aren't we still below like the 50-year historical average for mortgage rates?
Absolutely, Rocky. We are. So historically, for the last 50 years, we have been closer to 8%. 7.73 is the average. And currently, we're just a tidbit over 7. So we're sitting at about 7.06 today. So yes, we are lower than the 50-year average. Still historically low rates.
Perfect. So now tell me, what's your advice for someone that's thinking about holding off on buying that great home because of the mortgage rates?
Well, honestly, there's a lot of pros to buying currently right now. Housing prices have leveled out. We're not overbidding. We can do our proper contingency times. So there's so many benefits to purchasing real estate at this time. The only downfall we have is, yes, people are looking at rates that in the history of 50 years have never been that low. So you marry the home and you date the rate. So you can always refinance out of that rate, or there are options that we can discuss later on to get your rate more manageable for you. That's
great. I love that. Marry the home, but date the rate. That's fantastic. So now I know that there's been some unique programs that are coming out lately that really make it fantastic. Like, for instance, here in Las Vegas, we are seeing a lot of folks that are 62 and over move into the area. And I understand there's a new program using a reverse mortgage that's helping those folks even in purchasing a home.
Yes. So it's called a HECM. So it's a home equity conversion mortgage. You do have to be 62 years or older. And what it does is it allows you to utilize interest on a property the equity that you have on a current home, or if you are looking to purchase a home. What you would do is you would have that line of credit essentially, and you will not have any payments until you sell the home or you pass on or end up refinancing it. So it's a great product for 62 and over to beat inflation without having that mortgage payment, but able to withdraw their equity that they have now.
Well, that's great. That's a unique program. And then I understand that you also have something called an all-in-one.
Yes. The all-in-one is a great opportunity for people who want to pay down their mortgage quicker. What it is essentially, we're going to just kind of consolidate this explanation, but it is a home equity line. You can do it on a purchase or a refinance. And what it is you open a checking account attached to that. As you have your money funnel into that, whether it's your pay deposits or you just have money sitting in there, every night the account is swept and all monies in the account are applied towards your mortgage. So when they assess the interest charge, it accrues at a lower balance. Here's the great thing though, is if bills or payments or ATM charges come in, then the money is pulled back off the line. So there's no overdraft fees. This throughout time equals a much lower interest charge on the total balance. Therefore, you're able to pay off your mortgage much sooner.
Well, sure. I can imagine. After all, your mortgage rate is obviously going to be higher than any interest you'd earn in your account. So having that mortgage balance lower, that's got to save you a ton of money.
Absolutely. Yes. It is such a popular product. We have so many people that use it. And like I said, it's just, you have money sitting in your account, like you said, and you're not earning as much interest. So if it can sit on your balance and day after day accrues at a lower interest, that's such a huge benefit for you to pay that mortgage off so much sooner.
Well, that's fantastic. And now something else that I've been hearing a little bit about, which, I've seen it in other areas that obviously in the last 15 years or so, now they have a program about crowdfunding to be able to purchase a home.
Yes, that is our home funded product. So it is a great product for example, if you're getting married, so you got engaged today and your wedding's in 2 years, you can easily set up your account online and you would just post it to all your social media accounts. Family, friends, anybody around the United States and abroad can contribute to this crowd-funded account, and you can utilize those payments for your down payment and or closing costs. In addition to that, you're able to use it in conjunction with a down payment assistance program. So essentially, if you use, for example, here in Las Vegas, we have Home is Possible. So you can have Home is Possible, put your down payment down, and your crowdfunded can be utilized for closing costs, purchasing down the interest rate, and then applying any additional funds towards your mortgage balance. Great thing is it doesn't expire. So you can start this, when you're younger, if you know that you're going to college, when you're getting married, there's so many options. So it's a great product for people who want to save money. And the great thing is we don't have to source the funds. So there's no sourcing of funds from any donor.
That's great. Well, you touched on something else that I'm a personal fan of, and that is Home is Possible. Now, I know a lot of the buyers I talk to, they think, well, you can only do it with the first home you buy. Well, it actually wasn't my first home that I'd ever purchased, but I was able to use Home is Possible. Can you explain a little bit about how that program works?
Yeah, so Home is Possible is a Nevada-backed product. And what it does is that you just cannot currently own a home. So for example, let's say husband and wife owned a home together, they get divorced. They never utilized Home is Possible before. They don't currently own a home. So now that wife or that husband is able to utilize that down payment assistance program to purchase their next home. So it's just a great product. And there's a lot of conventional FHA options. We have teacher options. It's just an overall great product that helps Nevadans purchase property.
Now, I know that when I used that program, it was a 4% grant that as long as you kept the property 3 years, you didn't have to pay back. Is it still the same?
Yes, it's still that way. So yeah, you can get a 2% grant or 4% grant. And no, as long as you don't sell or refinance in the first 3 years, you do not have to pay it back. However, if you, let's say, have to relocate for a job and you are 24 months into that loan, you don't have to pay back the entire grant amount. They amortize it over 36 payments. So if you've utilized 24 months of that, you would only have to pay back the 12 months that is remaining.
Wow. And the funny thing is, when I used it, it was a 4% grant. I did it on an FHA loan, which is a 3.5% down payment. So it actually even paid a 0.5% for my closing costs, and I had the sellers kick in on the balance. So you can still do something like that as well.
Absolutely. Yep. It covers all of your down payment, and then a remainder of it does go to the closing cost. Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. So another thing that I've seen, I got back into real estate back in the 80s. We were selling houses when the mortgage rates were 15%, which it strikes me funny that people were belly aching when mortgage rates are going up to 5 and up to 6. But one thing that we had back when mortgage rates were 10 or 11% is they created these programs of a 2-1 buy down or a 3-2-1 buy down. And I understand that even though mortgage rates are only 7% now, they're actually bringing these programs back.
Absolutely. Yes. We have the 3-2-1 buy down and 2-1 buy down. Just for your listeners that aren't familiar with how those work. So today's interest rate, let's say, is 7%, and we do a 3-2-1 buy down. You're going to have your first 12 months at an interest rate of 4%, your second 12 months at an interest rate of 5%, Your third year will be 6%, and then your fourth through the remaining term will be fixed at 7%. There's no prepayment penalty, but it is a way with currently we all are watching the news and we see how inflation is affecting us at the pump, at the grocery store. So this is a nice way for you to kind of beat that inflation as it levels out so that you can get into a home and work into that payment.
Sure, sure. Well, now one thing that I've seen before with some buyers is, let's face it, all of us at one time or another, we've got a blemish, right? And sometimes it's a little bit embarrassing to talk to a stranger about the blemish you may have in your past. However, what I've found is that when you're looking to purchase a home, if you'll tell that lender straight up front about all the different problems that you think you may have in your credit report or in your history, it allows that lender then to really guide you to the program that's going to be best for you, even with those blemishes existing. Would that be correct?
That is correct. Actually, giving your loan officer all of the information up front, and I can speak specifically to myself. I am a local lender. So when you come in and meet with me, or we do the app online and do a phone interview, giving me all of your information, I'm able to work through things and able to guide you to the loan product that is best for you. And I can also try to help you increase your score. Having done this for 29 years, we know what we're looking at on a credit report, how to get that score higher with a quick, easy fix. It doesn't cost anything. How to work that income to explain it to your history. Sometimes people will jump from one career to another, but there is always a way to tie that in, how your assets work. So yes, working with your lender, giving them all of that information up front allows them to look at the whole picture and present that picture accordingly to an underwriter. So it is easier for us to help you get the mortgage that you're looking for.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. So we've talked business.
Yes.
Now let's talk personal. Okay. Let's talk about Charity Bond, the member of our Las Vegas community. All right. Yes. In finding out a little bit about, because you've been in Las Vegas for quite some time, what's your favorite Las Vegas restaurant and why?
My favorite is, it's not on Strip, but it is Nora's Italian Cuisine. It is over off of Flamingo. It's this beautiful little Italian restaurant. The food, I just cannot even talk enough about it. It is amazing. There's nothing on that menu that is not just chef's kiss. Like, honestly, it is the best food. I have eaten there many of times. We've had receptions there. The best place. If you can check it out, it's on Flamingo in Jones, I believe. I know where it's at, but driving there right now thinking about it. Just an amazing restaurant here locally in Las Vegas.
I agree with you. Nora's is my favorite Italian cuisine in the entire city. Yes, it is Flamingo, just about maybe a half block to a block east of Jones.
Yes.
Real close to the Arby's. In fact, many people may have known it from its old location, and now it's got its own personal building. And boy, the food there is fantastic. Oh, in fact, I do have a cocktail from here and there. They make a cappuccino martini that is out of this world there.
Yes.
And artistic too, because Norris has a special stylistic end. They actually draw that in the middle of the martini. It's fantastic.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they are amazing.
So what is it about Las Vegas that caught you completely by surprise?
Honestly, you know what? I moved here from Southern California when I was young in school. And I would say that what I don't think most people know is that we can drive from lake. So you can go from your bathing suit on the lake to being in the heart of the mountain bundled up in less than 45 minutes, door to door. I think that is always something, being from California, you have to drive to go anywhere. Vegas, even with us growing at astronomical rates, the fact that you can get from Lake Mead to Mount Charleston in 45 minutes or less is absolutely amazing. And that, I think, is a huge thing that I never expected.
Great. So another thing that's unique about Las Vegas, let's face it, we've got just a ton of entertainment in this town. What is your favorite show to see here in Las Vegas?
So I'm going to date myself a little bit, and this show is actually not running anymore, but my favorite show that I went to when I was younger was The Follies Bergère, which I think is just the epitome of a Las Vegas experience. It's showgirls. They had a 7 o'clock more family oriented and a 9 o'clock show, which was a little bit more risque. But when I saw that, I was absolutely in awe to see the headdresses and the dance. It's like having the Rockettes, with a little bit of Vegas perform right in front of you, was absolutely stunning. And still to this day, I can still see it vividly in my mind.
In fact, it's funny you mentioned that. If my memory serves correctly, back in the 60s or 70s, I believe Follies Bergère is actually where Siegfried and Roy got their start.
Yes.
It's got a huge history in this town. Sure.
Which is funny. I just drove by there. My daughter was doing she's a cheerleader for a local flag football. And I just drove by their house the other day because it's in the middle of like Rancho area. It's just like this crazy little area, but it's just such a massive compound. Absolutely still gorgeous. The grounds are still gorgeous.
And I'm so disappointed to hear they're tearing it down.
Oh, they are. Oh my goodness.
Apparently they're looking to put up apartments there from what I hear.
Apartments, because more people are moving here. All the more reason for you guys to buy now before there's no more properties.
So I am so grateful for the time that you spent with us here, Charity. Tell our viewers, how is it best for them to reach you?
So the best way to reach me, honestly, is 7 days a week, 24/7 is my cell phone, 702-622-8494. 702-622-8494. You can call or text after hours and weekends. Just like Rocky, I'm always available to help you guys out. If I'm not available, I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Awesome. And sir, we certainly do appreciate your time here. And for those of you watching, thank you for checking out this episode of Las Vegas Vantage. Obviously, being that I'm in real estate, if you're looking to sell or buy a home, I want to be your agent giving you superior service. Give me a call at 702-743-7625. Email rocky@rockysellsvegas.com. And please subscribe to my video channel. And thanks for joining us.
Thank you, everybody.